The Commonwealth Bank's interest rate predictions. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee and let's have a look at an article discussing the Commonwealth Bank's interest rate predictions. Now we saw yesterday some of CanStar's, well, should we say modelling or assumptions of what would happen if interest rates return to the average. And there are many predictions of rates continuing to go up. Let's have a look to see what the CommBank has to say. So, the Commonwealth Bank's surprising RBA interest rate call. The Reserve Bank is expected to raise interest rates next week, and the Commonwealth Bank says there's a risk it could be bigger than expected. It's just, I'm sure, what everyone wants to hear, particularly if you're on a variable and don't have any buffers. That's going to be the problem. The RBA is widely tipped to increase interest rates by 25 basis points when it meets next week, but one major bank said they could go higher. The RBA has warned Aussies that a 40-point hike followed by a pause could be on the table. Yeah, that I could see that happening, rounding it up to 3.5% and then wait and see. That'd probably be the smarter thing to do, honestly. Give it some time to flow through to the market to actually see the impacts, rather than this 0.25, 0.25 again and again and again. What do you reckon? Let me know in the comments what you think will happen, guys. We believe there is a non-trivial risk. The RBA could raise the cash rate by a larger 40 basis points to 3.5%, and also announce an intention to hold the policy rate steady over the period ahead. Yeah, but okay, they'll announce that, but then they'll have so many caveats on it that they can change it anyway. I mean, if we haven't learned anything over the past few years, the one thing that we should learn is not to trust the media's reporting of what the RBA says they're going to do. Particularly those people that hoped or were depending on rates not going up until 2024. Last time I checked, I'm still getting used to writing 2023. It's just the beginning of the year. Although, you know, mid-year's not that far away. If economic developments evolve broadly in line with their updated forecasts, the Commonwealth Bank's head of Australian economics, Gareth Arid said. Arid said this level was sufficiently restrictive for the board to feel comfortable and to have time to assess the impact of previous rate hikes. The Commonwealth Bank said there was a 25% chance of this supersized hike. However, it still thought there was a 65% chance of a smaller 0.25% hike. So, okay, they're saying the chances are we're going to get 25 points, not 40 points. But still, guys, 65 to 25%. I wonder if there's any chance of them not moving. So, if the RBA does lift rates by 25 basis points, or 0.25%, this would see the cash rate rise to 3.35%, its highest in more than a decade. Let's just dwell on that for a moment. This 3.35% is the highest in a decade. How many people only know times of when rates are going down? How many of the property spruikers or gurus that we see online shilling their courses only know investing in property when rates are going down? Analysis by Rate City found the average borrower with a $500,000 loan could be paying $76 more a month if this happened. In total, borrowers would be forking out an additional $908 per month since the rate hike started in May. Borrowers are looking at the 9th hike in as many meetings, taking the cash rate to the highest level since September 2012, Rate City Research Director Sally Tyndall said. For the average existing owner-occupier, this could see their mortgage rate climb up to over 6% and their monthly repayments rise by just under 40% since the start of May. Experts predict the cash rate will continue to rise in 2023. A finder poll of 44 experts and economists forecast the cash rate to eventually peak at 3.75%. 3/4 of the experts thought the RBA would pause increases in March. Well, let's have a bit of a talk about this one, guys. So, predictions of potentially a 40 basis point increase heading into the year. I don't know about you, but I would prefer if the RBA were to do that. A bit more of a bolder move and then pause and wait, rather than these little 25 basis point here, 25 basis point here, 15 basis point, 10 basis points, just chipping away at it. Do a big drastic move, scare the shit out of a lot of people, and calm everything down. And hopefully that'll give time for some of the supply side effects that are driving up inflation to also be mitigated. But, I mean, here's the thing. They're still below the long-term trend, the long-term average interest rate. That's the thing we need to realize. We're still at low levels, guys. These rates, even 3.5%, are still cheaper than previously. So, there's another article I want to look at about people already struggling with their mortgage repayments. Already. Now, that's not going to be the majority. It's going to be a minority, and there always will be. I think, if anything, it could be exacerbated a bit by the FOMO, the forced savings brought about by lockdowns and then government intervention and juicing of the housing market. There's going to be some people that perhaps learn a difficult lesson or have to make some sacrifices in their day-to-day lives. I mean, there's a question. Can you sacrifice enough to find another $1,000 to $2,000 a month if you had to? Some people, no problem. They'll be able to do it. Others, well, hopefully, if they can't, they wouldn't have borrowed that much money to begin with. Maybe there's a poll question I need to put up to the viewers. How many of you have borrowed at the max of your mortgage? I know we were offered more money than we needed, than we wanted. And I don't know, why didn't we think about that? I don't know. I just thought it was too much. I guess we found a real cheap fixer-upper, and now we're paying the price through manual labor and learning new skills, but that's part of life, isn't it? Isn't that what people do to avoid huge debt? Or maybe I've just started watching too much Dave Ramsey. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this one. Do you reckon we'll see a 40 basis point hike? And would you prefer it? As always, check out my other channels, Heise BIM and Heise Does. And if you're a fan and want to support us, you can financially on YouTube or Patreon. Use our referral links, buy our pocket squares, or call us if you need an architect. Take care, everyone. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you in the next episode of HeiseSays. I'm just happy we don't have a heat wave today. We've got rain filling up. Well, fortunately, we filled up a lot of the beams, so not water flooding into them today.